Whoa.
A little distortion there on that.
Yeah, let's try that again.
All right. Let's not clear your throat. Lower that a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. And welcome back to another episode of the Riley Black Project with Crystal and John.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
We're going to talk about our new normal life with...
That's not wearing a mask inside the house.
life with 2 kids and a small business, and you're back to work.
Yep.
JR, I'm already doing it. Jackson just turned a month.
Right. I thought you were saying
1 month.
I thought you were saying JR not in school yet.
Yeah, JR is not in school. I'm slightly jealous of all of the kids going back this week.
Which I think is Dade County.
Yes. And Broward, we don't go back until the 18th.
But to be fair, they were let me see. So they start early, which means they were off early.
Okay.
It's the same amount of time. It's just a matter of when they were on break, when their break started.
Yeah, and like I know there will be a day like when Jackson finally goes to like daycare or school or whatever. It's gonna be rough, but JR is currently, I think he's adjusting to this new normal, and not very well.
No, he's not. He is not listening to anything.
Man, it's so bad.
It's hard.
He'll be, say he's messing with the remote, and you say, stop messing with the remote. He does it 3 more times.
Yeah.
Before he'll stop, and that's when you like threaten his life.
Yeah, and it's hard
to escalate like the threat, and it's like how the heck do you find this balance between I understand that this is a big change for him too,
right,
but then also not allowing him to get away with the things that he's doing. So it's been difficult. There's been some really tough. It's almost, I don't know who's harder, the baby or JR. And there's a lot of times where it's JR.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I feel like a lot of times it is JR, and simply because, like with the baby, he's either wet, he's hungry, like it's only a handful of things.
Yeah.
And with
and
JR,
it's somewhat predictable.
Right, and because he can't talk, because he can't say anything. But JR can speak, and he doesn't tell you what's wrong.
Right.
And and it can be more things because there's more options out there, that could be wrong for him.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if I would like it more if he had a little, because he's super loving with Jax. He is. He's all over him, which is part of the problem, because you tell him to back up and he doesn't.
Right.
So I don't know if he would rather prefer him.
If we would let him, he would literally kiss his face all day.
All day, yeah.
And yeah, it's hard because, especially when he goes back to school, it's like, I don't really want you taking all those germs and coming back and kissing all over his face and stuff. So I'm trying to get that in the habit now. But yeah, he's not listening to anything. And so that adds just add that on top of you going back to work. So you've been back to work for a week. And me, I now have my motivation back, to a certain extent, because, what motivation I do have back is now severely limited by the pain that I'm having, with this pregnancy carpal tunnel that I've been holding out hope of improving after I had him.
And it seems to only be getting worse.
Yeah. And it's getting way worse. Like almost by the day sometimes. It's to the point where I can't write, which I don't know. Like it picks and chooses an activity where it hurts. I can do something similar to writing and it won't hurt. But if I tried it, like I tried, I literally called and made an appointment for the specialist, a hand surgeon, specialist or whatever the other day. And I'm trying to write down the website for me to get the new patient paperwork. And I struggled to write down a short website. But like yesterday, I made a new super awesome milestone file for Jackson's pictures, monthly pictures.
Right.
And I used a paint pen to fill in an engrave. And while it did hurt, it wasn't enough for me to be like, I can't do this. And when I was writing that website the other day, it was, I can't do this.
Right.
I finished writing the website and I was like, I can't write anything else. I put the rest of what I was taking down from the doctor in my phone because that doesn't hurt most of the time.
Right. Probably because you're not moving your wrists.
Yeah. And I have to be careful about like how far I reach. Taking a screenshot hurts with my right hand. It's just the motion of those two. I don't know.
Yeah, anything that involves you moving your wrist too much.
Oh man, yeah, that's game over.
Right.
Like, brushing my teeth is a battle. If I don't wear my brace, it hurts. If I do wear my brace, I can't turn.
You're mobile.
Yeah, I can't turn my hand in a normal motion to be able to brush my teeth. So it's a shit show, really.
But if you were able, like without the brace, you put yourself in that motion and it hurts.
Yes.
So the brace saves you pain.
Yes.
Because you can't put your hand
yes
in that
and no,
motion.
because then what happens is I attempt to find a new direction to go because
Right, to compensate.
Right. And there's some give to even the brace. And so even then, like it will still hurt because I don't know. It's just, it's not working.
Right.
So it's like I'm trying to figure out this balance between feeding him what literally feels like 24/7, and then, making sure the toddler isn't riding on a small motorcycle toy that is not meant to be ridden on.
By any age.
He's wanting to do somersaults and he's straining his neck to try and learn. It's just there's so many shit shows going on at the same time. While now it sucks because, like, again, I finally have my motivation back, and now it's almost worse because I can't take advantage of it.
Right.
Because, like, even so, you picked up a shift yesterday. They kind of bullied you into taking a shift because they asked you, "What about this one? What about this one?" You say no 2 times, and then you finally say yes to the third one. It's like, okay, and so you take a shift yesterday, so you're not home for me to work on your days off. And so you're off today. Excuse me. But then the problem I was having today was if there's anything you had to do, like cook breakfast, cook dinner, feed the pig, give JR a bath, if you did any of those things, then it meant that now I was on baby duty.
Right.
Because he wants to be held all the time. And to help with that, I've been baby wearing. Stephanie, who we had on probably I think about a month or so ago, probably about 2 months ago actually, because I was so pregnant.
That long ago? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because he's a month. Yeah. So Anyway, I was telling her about my struggles, and she was like, "Oh, you need a baby wear," and she had one from her kids that she was, holding on to for sentimental reasons, and offered to give it to me, because they were super expensive too, and it's really awesome. But like, he's hot.
Yeah, he is.
And so
he runs really hot.
Wearing him,
like a little furnace.
Yeah, it works for like an hour or so, and then we're both burning up. And so, like, it's just, or you go through all the effort to get him situated in the thing, and then now he like needs a diaper change. Now you gotta take him out and decide, do I put him back in? Is he hungry now? Is it, whatever. So it's hard because like on days that I'm here alone, I can't always, I have to like pick and choose one. So like if both kids are falling apart, I have to pick which one is more severe.
Who's falling apart worse?
Right. And part of me wants to take full advantage of your days off as my day to work, because you can't jump in because you're not home.
Right.
And so me being home, like sometimes I probably wait it out a little bit longer than I normally would. But then comes the mom guilt of I'm letting him cry.
Right.
Because it's, quote, your turn. And so that feels crappy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so then I go get him, and then it's like, okay, does he need to be fed? And then you go, okay, well, let me sit down and feed him. Well, now I'm pinned down for the next 30 minutes to an hour potentially. Right. And now I have to get back up and try and get back in there. And that's if you now can take him or whatever. So, yeah.
It's definitely a balancing act.
And I'm not balancing it well. And I mean, I'm definitely trying to give myself grace. I mean, he's only 4 weeks old. Like,
it gets better.
And it's still very new to all of us, including JR.
Right.
And JR really is the sweetest kid on the planet.
Yeah, he just wants to do too much, and he's too small for him to do anything.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
Yeah. And
once he gets,
it's hard because again, him being so sweet too, but in those moments where he's not listening to anything,
right.
And it like he the thing, he loves to love on Jax when Jackson, whatever we want to call him, is finally sleeping.
Whatever we want to call him.
When he's sleeping, he wants to walk over and give him all these hugs and kisses. Oh, he's so cute, is what he said, which is adorable when he says it. But leave him alone. Like, he's finally sleeping and not crying and not needing a diaper change and not needing me to feed him. And now you just had to go give him a kiss. And now he's like, oh, wait, just kidding. I do need something. I don't know what it is, but I need something because this toddler woke me up. Oh, man. And that's the other thing, too. Like, he really does. Like, he'll give you like a and then 5 seconds later he's crying so hard he can't breathe, and you're like, what? What just happened? Like, he's smiling. I think he hears us.
Yeah, he's about to blow up.
Yeah. We'll see.
He's a ticking time bomb.
He really is. Which, I mean, I'm sure most babies are.
Yeah. I hope we got our nights back.
Why did you just say that out loud?
I hope we got it back.
Why did you?
Because I hope we did.
Because the last time we said that, what happened?
Huh? Then he kind of regressed and started waking up.
Yes, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just conversation. I hope we got him back. We've gotten 2 really good nights.
It's more like 3, but like you said it out loud, so you just ruined it. But like, thanks. So even though he's been a little tough at times, which again I think is just normal 4-week-old, none of it feels excessive right now.
No.
I will say him being super chunky does help make it worth it, because it's like,
because you see all your efforts paying off.
Yeah, and the hard work, all the pumping and feeding,
goes straight to his cheeks.
He really did. He's pretty cute.
I feel chunky. Like the doctor that said whenever he wants to eat,
feed him
eat.
anytime he's hungry.
He's like, all right, let's pull back on that.
He's like,
so I made a mistake.
Maybe we should pump the brakes.
Right.
Yeah.
How much is he eating? Let's cut that back by like an ounce.
Yeah, so I'm proud. Definitely proud there. Yeah, and again, I just, if anybody has any tips on how to deal with the toddler transition, and yes, the two transition, I'm terrible with remembering like people and names, but there was someone who was due in August, and she was going to be listening to get tips and tricks.
Oh, we ain't got no tips or tricks.
We have
tired.
Zero.
We're too tired for that.
And
we're just surviving. Sorry.
We really are. It's, yeah. There's a lot of days where it's like there's a lot of picking and choosing.
Right.
You have to, okay, I have maybe 30 minutes to an hour. What am I going to spend doing for that 30 minutes to an hour? Like, with this pizza, I made a pizza milestone file for Jackson. I got him a cute little chef's hat. I made the pizza out of several layers of acrylic, and I was able
really good.
Thank you. I'm pretty proud of it. I was able to cut everything, but it was more of a complicated cut because there's like score lines, there's engraves, there was a lot of 3M backing, and to save on 3M backing, I end up cutting, the square, and then I add the 3M backing, and then I put it back in instead of adding 3M to the entire sheet of acrylic.
Then you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
Yeah. And so I was doing that in between feedings and in between baby explosions and fussing and
like that.
That was a nice little stretch he had. But it took me several hours to get it done, and it was so close, and I had them both asleep. JR, he's been fighting naps lately, and I got him down for a nap, and he was passed out, and Jackson was fed and sleeping, and he was knocked out, and I had my whole file set up and ready to go. I had all of my colors set aside. I had my 3M ready to go. I'm like halfway through my cuts, and JR wakes up, and then JR is now all feisty, and then he wakes up Jackson, and then it just went downhill after that. And then I managed to finish cutting everything, and I was so excited to just finish it that I just wanted to finish the rest. And I think I did end up cutting it all and finishing it in one day.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know how, it was hard. It was hard as fuck. It was tough. And it wasn't without a lot of frustrating moments. And there's probably times that I should have just thrown in the towel and
tapped out.
Yeah, I probably should have, but I'm stubborn.
You stubborn?
So shut up. I mean, so you came home and I was recording the video of me, the assembly video.
Right.
And I had Jackson in the
rig.
What do you call it? The harness.
Harness.
Yeah.
Chest. Yeah.
I'm struggling with things right now. With all the things.
Is it a Bajorn or whatever?
No, I forget what it's called. A kid.
Whatever, the kid in the front. He's in the kangaroo pouch.
Yeah.
He's in the kangaroo pouch.
I forget what the name of the one that Stephanie sent me is called.
You guys know what we're talking about.
But yeah, that thing. The little harness thingy. Yeah, from The Hangover, yeah. So yeah, you came home to that, and then, I mean, it's hard because the second you get home, it's like you know, you usually have to go to the bathroom and fall in for 30 minutes, and you want to like relax for half a second, or you might be hungry, or you need to feed Piggy, or
Right.
and by the way, Heather always yells at me. If you
Because
don't know already, we have a pet pig.
yeah.
I'm throwing that out there. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast or not.
Right. We have a pet.
Heather
That's who
always
Piggy
yells
is.
at me like we try to hide her, and we don't try to hide her. It's just hard for Piggy to come up in the conversation.
Right.
Her full real name, we'll call it a legal name, is the Notorious Pig. She's female, but the Notorious Pig.
Piggy Smalls.
Piggy Smalls. Yes, her real name is Piggy Smalls, but AKA Notorious Pig. Yeah. So
she's a Juliana. Like
yeah, and mixed with something else Piggy, though too, I think. But she's black.
Yeah.
She is probably about 100 pounds.
Probably. She's got a good little belly on her.
Super cute.
Yeah.
She's 6 years old. Wow. We bought her in Colorado, and she made the move with us.
I drove cross country with her in the back.
Yeah. But anyway,
slug her into the hotels.
Right. So, you know, like you come home and there's things you need to do.
Right, before I can
right. And so, but I'm sitting here like waiting for you to take one of them, if not both. And yeah, it's the first week back has been tough. It's been okay. I feel like it was harder with JR, maybe the first week back. Yeah. You only had a week off, so your first week back, he was only 2 weeks old, and that was hard. It was really hard.
Oh, when
but I also I wasn't working,
and he
too.
He was the only
the only one. So like when I remember it was really hard to get him to sleep at night. He was sleeping during the day,
right.
And so I did a whole lot of sleeping during the day, right. And literally with my hand hanging off of the bed and touching his hand or touching him somehow, because a lot of times that was the only way I could get him to sleep was by me touching him somehow. And so that's how I slept in 2 to 3 hour bursts with him in the first few weeks to a month. And thankfully Jackson has liked his bassinet, which JR hated his bassinet. We couldn't get him to sleep in it for one night. So
yeah, and it's weird because we did the same thing. Now, like we're doing the same thing that we did with JR. Like from the hospital, we put him into the bassinet. He just didn't from day one. Like it's not like it's not like we brought him on the bed.
He did one nap.
Yeah.
In it, one quick nap in it, and he was like, "Nah, I'm cool."
Where Jackson, on the other hand, we put him in there, and he's like, "Okay,
yeah, all right,
this is me."
He'll have some fussy times, but it's a lot easier to get him back into it, even on the hard nights.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really just need some tips, and I mean, part of me almost just wants to kind of like give up for a few weeks.
Oh, and just tap on getting anything done?
Yeah, and maybe I need to just reframe my thinking of anything that I get done is kind of a win. Right. Instead of I have all these things that I want to get done that I'm not getting done.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, in the real world, like. So with JR, I was on maternity leave for 10 weeks.
Right.
I didn't touch any work. For 10 weeks. Right. I mean, 10 weeks pushes me really close to Halloween, unfortunately, and I have all these Halloween ideas that I want to get out. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you just I mean, the carpal tunnel. I guess we'll we'll get a better feel from it when we get from the doctor.
Yeah.
But maybe it just means that you put all your focus into digital, so that it's something that you can.
Well, the hard part with digital is, so what I think I'm gonna have to do because of my wrists, again, depending on what the specialist says, I can't draw anything new. Drawing hurts.
Right.
The last thing I drew was those handcuffs for JR's birthday for the cake toppers. That was the last thing I drew. As of now, like the mouse, using the mouse on my computer doesn't hurt.
Okay.
And so what I think I'm gonna have to do is take a lot of like my previous designs and what Heather calls like recycle, basically turn them into new designs.
Okay.
Like I have a bunch of that I've actually like basically completed, but not. I took a bunch of watch band designs of like my floral watch band designs and turned them into earring designs.
Okay.
With a whole bunch of different shapes and stuff. And it's all computer work. It's adding a shape and then like adjusting a previous design, but it's no new drawing. It's manipulating, an old design into something new. And so it doesn't require me to draw. And so I think it's going to have to be that case where like, sure, I can make a new file and I can make a new design, but it's going to have to be something, that I'm pulling from an old design, which I do have a lot of Halloween stuff drawn up, from like my earrings and stuff like that. And a lot of those elements I want to use on the Halloween sign ideas that I have. And so again, not all hope is lost. So it's just kind of, I guess, what's it called? Pivoting with the current scenario and just doing my best.
That's all we can do.
Had yet another thought that I lost. I think it's just the tired and exhaustion and all that stuff is getting to me. But so it might just mean that I need to not only just focus on like, recycling the old designs and turning them into something new. But another thing, I guess, that wouldn't be painful. Well, no, I lied. I take it back already.
Think about it already hurts.
Would be my new printer, my new label and sticker printer.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which, when you heard me hollering in the room earlier today and you sent JR in to ask if I needed help.
Oh, right.
That was me. Yeah, I was attempting to switch the media from glossy paper to the magnet paper. I had someone order 200 stickers from me, and when they got the stickers, now I had checked the first several sheets and they worked fine, but apparently they didn't cut all the way through. So she had like almost 200 stickers of worthless stickers because they looked like they cut through. There was a line, but it didn't cut all the way through. And so she'd try to peel one up and it would just tear.
Okay.
So anyway, I reprinted those. I know I did some troubleshooting with them today, and I'm hoping it's just a faulty blade because I really feel like it should have lasted me a lot longer than it did. And Jenna, who we had on a couple weeks ago, her blade lasted a lot longer, and she print a whole lot more than I did. So I'm hopeful that was the case. But today I got my new blades yesterday, and which, by the way, it came in a huge paper envelope. I wish I would have filmed you opening it,
unboxing of that.
Oh my god!
It was like a
huge brown paper, like
envelope,
hardy envelope.
And you're like, it came in that. And I'm
well,
like,
and I'm like,
yeah.
what is? Yeah, cool. Because you opened the piece of paper and it said replacement blade,
Right.
and I was like, what?
You're like, what's in there? I'm like, you're like, it came in that. I'm like, no, it came in this, and it was a Manila envelope inside. No, it was no, the bubble wrap ones inside that big brown one.
Right.
And then
there's another.
Like, and then I opened that one, and guess what was in there? That's right, a smaller bubble wrap.
It was like one of those little dolls, the little like nesting
Russian
dolls.
Thing. Yeah, the little Russian things. Like
they did that with the replacement blades. It was literally in 3 packages. Like they had to have been punking us, because if that's really how they package them, I mean,
it's excessive.
It's very.
You feel like you're getting punked. Like it's. All right, where's the camera?
Yeah.
Like,
well, and these blades are tiny. Like they're in a protective case. They're in foam.
Right.
Like they have rubber over the sharp end.
One bubble wrap.
Sufficient.
Envelope. Perfect.
2, you're being extra careful. 3, you're just being a jerk.
And then inside of a bigger.
Yeah, you're just being an asshole at this point. An asshole and wasteful, all in one. Anyway, so I got my new blades, and I recut her order, and because she's been super like patient, because here I am, like, she ordered some stickers from someone, and they did her order completely wrong. It was terrible quality. She showed me the pictures, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe someone like sent that out the door. Like it was not centered properly. They were just a hot mess. And so I'm like, oh, well, if you need stickers, like, because she was thinking about getting a machine. Okay. And the machine's pretty pricey. So it's not something that, not everybody can just go run out and get because they want to print their own stickers.
Right.
And so I was like, hey, well, in the meantime, until you buy your own, I can print you some. And so I'm over here trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho, and I end up screwing it up even more because she gets 200 stickers she's excited about, and they don't fucking work.
Right.
So I reprint them, and it took me like a week or 2, I think, to troubleshoot, to order the new replacement blades and get them. And so I was switching from the glossy paper to the magnet paper. I wanted to make her a magnet as like a thank you, also show her like, here's what the magnets look like if you ever need those or whatever. And the magnet paper obviously it's heavy. And I don't know how much it weighs. I kind of want to weigh it just to see how much it weighs, but I dropped it several times trying to get it onto the roll in the back. And if you remember back to when I had my shoulder surgery, the thing I struggled with the most was losing my independence and needing help with the simplest things. And it would piss me off. I would do it anyway, and I'd end up hurting myself. I remember that time when I think I was just moving laundry. It was like a stack of clothes. It was something about laundry. And I went to like pick up the laundry, or I went to move it or something. And I knew I probably shouldn't have, but it was simple. And I didn't want to ask you to, can you move this laundry for me? And so I did it anyway. And then I ended up like in tears from pain because it hurt so bad. And I feel like I'm in that same kind of place again, because I now can't change. I know I can't. I probably will. And then I'll either end up hurting myself or dropping it or breaking something and doing it anyway because I'm stubborn. And especially if you're not home, and if it's like, oh, I have time to do it right now, but I can't do it right now because John's not home to move the media for me. So, it sucks, because then it's like, as soon as I feel I'm literally talking through it on the podcast, like, here's a solution, and I'm like, nope, just kidding, unless, like, I have to stick with whatever's on there. So I have to be like, okay, well, today we're doing matte matte stickers. This is the option. You have to ask me in the morning what media do you want for today, because this is all you got. You got to choose one.
So one thing you could maybe do is I don't know, like start designing a hat rack.
Now is not the right time.
No, okay.
No.
So update on the hat rack. There is no update.
Nope.
We're still in the same boat.
Yeah. You did have one of our few male listeners that we do have. His name is Ryan. I don't remember his last name, but he commented on one of my last posts about hey, how's that hat rack coming along?
We're still in the same place, Ryan.
Yeah, it's only been a week. Okay.
A week? No,
it's been 2.
2 weeks, because we didn't talk about it with Heather live.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep, 2 weeks.
Well, I told you to give me till Christmas, so I'm still on track to meet my goal.
Okay. Ryan, I think Hey Ryan, if you see any like hat racks out there, cool ideas that maybe I can buy on Amazon or something.
Yeah, sure. Get me off the hook, then I don't have to make it anymore.
Because, I think my hats are stuck inside the backpack for a while.
Hey, there was another listener who related to the fact that like you don't make kids stuff unless you're needing to test the file, like JR's Easter basket.
I'm sure Ryan would buy a hat rack.
Ryan, would you buy the hat rack?
Come on, Ryan. I'll pay you back.
See, the problem is people probably would buy this hat rack. If I can make it as awesome as I picture it in my head, people will probably buy it.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
Make great Father's Day gifts, birthday gifts.
Here's the problem.
Christmas is right around the corner.
It has kerf. Kerf sucks. Okay. And then people are going to be in my inbox telling me that it didn't fit together because their wood or acrylic or whatever is a lot thinner or thicker than the material I used, and now it's my fault because they didn't read all the warnings and they don't know how to adjust for kerf. And
guess I'm never getting my hat rack.
No, you might get a hat rack. I'm just saying I'm not running to go make the file because files with kerf give me anxiety about customers.
Listen, you don't have to sell the I just want to get it. I just want the rack.
I know. I'm just telling you it's
and the stickers.
That's one of the reasons. I know, but the problem now with your stickers is I have to draw that stuff.
Okay.
Actually, so I already have palm trees drawn. And that's really all you want for the most part
we need the mic,
in your logo, right? Yeah. No, I have a mic.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's my mic for my, our podcast.
Your podcast, yeah. I understand.
I was just going to say I could draw you a new mic, but I can't.
All right. Well, I don't get anything. That's cool.
Shut up.
It's over here.
It's not about you right now. I'm broken, okay?
I'm just trying to keep your creative juices flowing.
Are you?
And getting something out of it. That's all.
It would be nice if I could make you. It would be nice if I could make the house something. I mean,
Here we go.
I haven't.
See, I just keep falling further and further back.
Well, but that's what I mean. I haven't. There's so many, and I've seen a million posts about it in the years that I've been doing this. You make stuff for everybody else. Like, say you specialize in home decor, you can pretty much guarantee that you have none of your own home decor in your house. Like, I think even we were at Mindy's house last weekend when Heather was in town, and was it you or no, Bud Heather's husband complimented some art that was on her wall, and he was like, oh, did you make that? And she's like, oh no, I bought that. I'm pretty sure she purchased it, and it was like something she could make now. So even in like our own homes, there's not a lot of stuff that we've made ourselves. I made our thing that holds the keys. I made that, but way before I had a laser, way before I even had.
Hey Ryan, do you want a hat rack? Maybe she'll make it for you, and I can just steal the file.
That's true. I can make it for Ryan and test the file, and you can.
And I can have a hat rack. Or anybody else. It doesn't have to be Ryan. Anyone out there want a hat rack? Hit her up. To keep dust off your hats.
So do you want all 7 to 10 hats to fit in one?
I mean, listen. At this point, I'll take what I just need 7 hats to fit. That's all.
Do you want them to face forward or sideways?
I don't care anymore. Ideally, originally, I wanted them to face forward, so that I can see the brim.
So then they need to be side. They need to be side by side.
They could be side by side. They could be one on top of another.
They can stack.
I don't know. Whatever is easier for you.
Well, but
my
like,
shoes stack.
Okay, so in a perfect world, like you weren't waiting years for me to make you a hat rack. How you want them to be facing forward, just one next to each other, not any stacked, right? So you can see.
Well, I mean, they could be. So I would probably in a perfect world, you know how my shoes are in the cubbies where I can open them. Okay, so in a perfect world, I would love to hang that up on the wall, maybe like 3x4 or 4x3. You know, like just have them like maybe 4 across and 4 down, so they can they're side by side and stack.
Wait.
Huh? Like each one has its little.
Following.
Like each one. So perfect example. Like your the IKEA shelf that we sold.
Oh, right.
On a smaller scale for hats.
Oh. But that's big. I mean, I have a big laser, but that's big.
But that's kind of what I had in mind. But if all I can get is a long rectangular box to put all my hats in, I'll live with that.
Okay.
Because at least then I can still see them.
Okay. I'm pretty sure the other day on Pinterest, I did look for some ideas. Even though I have an idea in my head,
a lot of the
ideas
I
did look, it was a long skinny clear bag.
Yeah, it's a zippered bag. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
But I don't want it in a bag. I want it up on almost like display. Yeah. Like in a shelf, like shelves, but closed. So dust, because I don't dust them. Right. And that's what I was having a problem with my hats in Colorado.
Yeah, they're getting all dirty.
I would hang them, but then when I go wear them, they're all dusty.
And the dust wouldn't come off.
Not easily. I had to actually put them in the washer and everything like that. Yeah. So I want something where I could just put them in, and for the most part, they won't get as dusty. I mean, I'm sure they'll probably still get dusty eventually. Yeah. But not I don't know.
So what I pictured in my head was 4 hats in one holder. So
and how would they
2 on the top and 2 on the bottom in a square with 1 shelf. So 1 shelf on top, and then the
1 shelf fits 2 hats.
So there's well, basically the shelf in the middle. So then the 2 hats sit on that middle piece, and then the other 2 hats sit on the bottom piece. That's what I pictured.
And then 1 door.
Yeah, 1 door.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take 2 of those.
Well, yeah, then that will be just enough for your hats. Then you can only buy 1 hat.
That's fine. Okay. I'll throw 1 away. Oh.
Throw 1 away.
I mean, at this point, they're like I said, they're in my backpack.
Yeah.
In the closet. I don't see them. I have 3 hats out.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I pictured. Okay. So.
This has been Hat Talk with Riley Black. She'll probably have me edit that out, though.
No, you can keep that. Yeah. So, I'll get to that.
Before
someday.
Christmas. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Whoa. See, you just scared Jackson.
Yep.
Calm down.
It's okay.
I'm getting a little excited about your hat rack. Don't wake up the baby.
I did. I just talked. He jumps.
He's very jumpy. He jumps very easily.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're tapped out. I can't.
Well, you guys know what to do. Remember to hit us up. What's the Facebook group?
The Riley Black Project.
The Riley Black Project. Just Facebook group, right?
Facebook group. Instagram.
Do we have Riley Black Project Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've talked about this.
Okay, yeah, and I think I've been shocked every time. I gotta follow. I should follow them. I should follow the Riley Black Project.
Wait, you aren't even. Oh my God.
I keep forgetting we have an Instagram page, so yeah, I don't follow.
We're killing it here, y'all. Killing it. Oh my God.
You create things and you tell me 3 times and I forget. That's what happens. That's what happens. But yes,
follow us on all the medias.
Yeah, on all the medias. Let us know if you have.
Let us know topics. If we finally got the video from Heather's. Oh, girl.
Yep.
From Heather's live video recording of the podcast. We finally got that loaded to YouTube.
I made it uploaded on Monday, just a little later than the podcast.
Right.
But it's still uploaded on Monday.
That's true. You did make it to Monday, so that's pretty good.
So it uploaded a little late.
And so that's on Riley Black Designs on YouTube. That's not Riley Black Project. So anyway, watch that if it's your thing, and let us know what you think. Do you like it? Did you not really like it? And please, if you really did not like it, tell us honestly, because we won't go through all that effort again for nothing if you guys don't like it. If you like it, then we'll consider doing it, again. You did actually like it. Surprisingly, you've made a few comments how you liked it. So
yeah. I mean,
you talked about doing video again.
Yeah, I knew
next week. So.
I wasn't gonna hate it. It just adds to have to
the workload.
Right, I have to and I have to upload it separately. I have to upload that to YouTube, and I have to upload this to the podcast.
Which again, I think leads us to that Patreon account. That if we do end up doing more of the video ones, those are going to be the ones that come with like a paid subscription, just to kind of offset the extra time and effort that goes into it, because
you have to get ready.
We don't have a lot of time right now.
Right, you have to get ready, presentable. We have to clean up.
Struggling 4 weeks postpartum.
We have to clean up.
Man, the couch right now, if you could see the table we recorded, it's a hot mess.
Yeah, maybe get a little logo going. The video takes a little more production.
For sure.
So
that'll probably be on the paid side.
So it would be exciting. And again, if we had like a dedicated space for this, it'd be easier, because I can just set up the camera
and just leave it there.
And turn it on, turn everything on, and start, and then turn everything off and walk away.
Yeah, someday,
yeah.
Maybe we'll get there. We've thrown around the idea of potentially having an outdoor shed.
Yeah, she shed.
Yeah, turning it into a space. So
maybe we turn what is now Riley Black Designs into the podcast studio.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Anyway, so follow us on all the things.
And yes, follow us on all the things. Leave us comments if there's something you guys really want to hear about, want a topic you want us to tackle, whether it be laser related or just business related.
We need some more interviews. I have like a couple potential interviews lined up. Okay. Yeah, but we need some more. I really like those. We do okay, talking with ourselves, but it really is.
Yeah, it is nice to meet new people.
Yeah, and hear their story. And even people I know, I learned something new about in talking to them, because the conversation goes in a new direction than it ever really goes when we're talking about tumblers and stickers.
Yeah, so if you're a business out there, want a little more exposure, and you're willing to talk, it's just a conversation. Yep, that's all it is. There's no pressure.
Just shooting the shit.
You talk about what you want to talk about. You don't talk about what you don't want to talk about. Yeah, and that's it.
Exactly.
If you have a new project that you want to release, this is a great platform to do so.
Yeah, if you have some exciting news to share. Yeah.
We'll talk about
use us as your platform.
Exactly. Off air, we talk about more in depth of deep details and commitments and stuff like that about releasing new stuff. But for the most part, feel free to use our platform to we're just here to help. Yeah, that's what we do. So it's been another great episode of the Riley Black Project with Crystal and John.
Bye.
Mamie, we're all done.